There are a lot of mysteries in life. Who ate all my snacks? Why are women not impressed by my juggling? And what's a unique ancestry that I can bring to my next TTRPG game night? The answer to those questions are, I ate my snacks. They are impressed, but you should have a wide variety of hobbies and interests. And you can find unique ancestries with Battlezoo and their Year of Mysteries. Every month in 2026, Battlezoo delivers a fresh, bizarre, and lovingly unhinged ancestry straight to your inbox. Get ready to spice up your D&D or Pathfinder game faster than a wizard's bad life choices. Why settle for elves again when you can play as 13 unique and bizarre ancestries, such as a grumpy Sasquatch, a sea serpent with anger issues, or a dinosaur person, a guy ceratops, a girlosiraptor, a human saurus rex. You don't have to use any of these names, but you do get to play as a dinosaur with a great sword, and that seems awesome.
But Jack, this is the Year of Mysteries, so let's get mysterious. With each new ancestry, every month you'll also find a puzzle. Solve each and input the solution at battlezoo.com to slowly reveal the year-long secret and become a seeker of mysteries. There's a leaderboard for puzzle solvers, and if you solve all 12, you'll earn a free prize as you unlock the final truth, as well as one last secret you can add to your games. What could it be? The color of my underpants?
Mine have pictures of fish on them. Head on over to yearofmysteries.com and start uncovering the clues today. I can juggle for a long time.
We do not have audio. Hello.
Hello.
If we have audio, it's time to roll for combat. I'm Mark Seifter, the director of game design at Roll for Combat. We've got Stephen Glicker, the publisher of Roll for Combat, and Jack Packard.
Hi.
Yes, I know you couldn't hear anything because every time, so for some reason, every night I would wake up and my computer restarted itself and it kept doing it. And I was like, what the hell? I thought I had a virus, so I did a whole scan, but every time my computer restarts, it decides to change all the audio and outputs. And
it's very weird that your computer is always changing the audios and outputs. But to me, it's actually almost a little more impressive that even though it does it every time, if it was me, my anxiety would just start spiking up that it was going to have done it again. And I would check the little sliders before the episode obsessively.
I obviously don't care. That's my secret power.
That's your secret. But I heard that in YouTube, those first 30 seconds when it's mute, you can lose everybody.
Well, that's why I had Jack introduce the show. Jack, we did your video, and now you're here live.
That's true.
I know.
Are you going to juggle on the live stream?
Oh, my juggle balls are downstairs, but I could get them if you want.
No,
I even like
no.
We don't have
my clown shoes.
We have very limited time. We can't see Jack. That will be for next time. We can see Jack juggle. He's going to juggle a cake, a bowling ball, and Jello.
Check it out next time. A cake, a bowling ball, and Jello.
Well, did you ever see the Cosimoff Brothers? There's a Broadway show. Have you ever heard of these guys? And they're like the world's. It was a show that's on Broadway. It comes and goes. It's forever. And they actually made fun of it in Seinfeld. That's what those guys were. Remember the guys who did juggling? That's actually them. And they would juggle anything. And when I mean anything, as in anything. And then people were ready for this, so they would say, "Okay, who has something for us to juggle?" And then people would be running up, and one person literally had like a sheet cake, and they're like, "Juggle this!" And then someone else would run up and have like a feather, and it was like, wow, these people came prepared, because they knew, and they did it. I mean, it wasn't a very good juggle if you're like, but they did it. It
juggle this venomous scorpion.
That's what their claim to fame is, the world's greatest juggle, and they can juggle anything. And it was impressive. It was impressive. It was very short though. That the cake bowling ball feather juggle was like done. Like it was like 3 goes or something, but it did work. Anyhow,
I love it. I think, listen, juggling is like, it's an art. It is a skill. Like I am a mediocre juggler. Probably like on the scale of jugglers, I'm a bad juggler. On the scale of everyone, I'm a good juggler because not that many people juggle. But like if we were to look at only people who juggle, I would probably be considered a bad juggler.
On a 1 to 10, where 1 is the worst person, but who does juggle and is not a standard person, where would you be?
I might only be a 2 or a 3. Like I can keep them going for a while, but I pick them up every day and I do a little bit of juggling, but I'm not that great.
you're not on a unicycle yet.
Oh, listen, why you want to get me a unicycle? Because I will try to ride a unicycle.
Really, it's supposedly insanely hard.
Of course.
I mean, I would like to try to ride a unicycle. I think I'd actually be pretty good on a unicycle.
You think you would be good? Like I would fail,
I have
but it would be funny.
I have superb balance. No, I think
we learned something new about Steven every single day.
I have 3 black belts.
So people are wondering who is the juggler from the commercial. So Jack, can you tell people who you are if they haven't seen you in previous episodes?
Who the hell are you?
Who the hell am I? My name is Jack Packard. I'm a person on the internet. Most people know me for being a contributor over at Red Letter Media, Best of the Worst, where we watch bad movies and make fun of them. I'm also over at Second Wind, where I am the dungeon master for our D&D actual play show, Adventure is Nigh. Some people recognize me from right here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where I perform improv comedy at Comedy Sports most weekends. And very few people know me from my street juggling. Actually, it's just my neighbor, Martha. She comes out and gives me a quarter every single day because I go out and I juggle on the corners.
You never know. Your neighbor, Martha, might be in the chat here, okay? Because
Martha.
I don't know. At Thanksgiving, I was talking to one of my cousins, and he told me that his neighbor was on like a Roll for Combat stream, and when I was talking about like my cousin's daughter who paints Warhammer figurines, he was like, my neighbor came to me, he was like, they were just talking about that on the stream, and I know who that is. I know it's your daughter. So,
that's
so
great.
Your neighbor Martha might be on here.
I sometimes, like most of the time when I get recognized like out and about, it is for Red Letter Media stuff. When I was at PAX, I did get recognized a couple times, but it was actually for Adventure is Nigh, which is very, very rare. And then very, very rarely, I had someone come up to me here in Milwaukee the other day and go, "Hey, don't I know you? You're over at Comedy Sports." And I was like, "Oh, yes, I am. All right."
Nice.
Well, one day you'll get recognized for, I recognize you from the Roll for Combat shorts.
Didn't I see you making a fool of yourself on the internet? Yes, sir, you did.
That happened in the chat where they said it's that juggler from the chat. Who is he? From the ads. Who is he?
If you go to Garycon this year, since I can get tickets, you got to let me know for you. I can have you come by the booth and juggle.
Oh, okay. By the way, this is going to happen. I will practice extra hard, and so we can do a juggling bit at Garycon. I love it.
You'll get up to a 3 or maybe a 4.
Well, 3 is, you need 3 to juggle. It's like the minimum.
No, not juggling 3 things. A 3 or 4 out of 10 for juggling.
Yeah, we're gonna move
at a 2 right now.
We're gonna move up to like a 3 out of 10 juggling over at. So get your Garycon tickets now. See me juggle live. Bring your quarters.
Bring your quarters. Bring your dollars. Bring your dollar bills.
I'll take quarters. I'm not here to judge.
Oh God. So, all right. Here's what happened. We went to PAX Unplugged.
Yeah.
And I was all excited to see Jack. Jack comes by the booth. He says hi. I talked to him for 5 minutes and I never saw him again.
Never saw him again.
We're gonna find out what the hell were you doing at PAX Unplugged. By the way, yes, RFC is going to Garycon. We actually have a booth. And we're running a whole bunch of things. I'm there, and Derek will be there, and I don't know who else will be there. So Jack will be there.
I'm going to be there. It's like an hour and a half away from me. There's no reason I shouldn't be there.
It's not even
an hour. Yeah. It's 45 minutes. Like
Geneva. It's really and the everyone goes, and it's awesome. And The only reason you didn't go last year because you couldn't get tickets, but I can get tickets because I got a booth, so I got tons of tickets.
Steven's the guy to know. See, here's the real thing, and we'll talk about this as we get there, because we a lot of times when we go to these events, we're working, and so it's very. I have yet to go to an event and actually play something, and that's going to be my goal for Garycon. Is I want to go and play something. Like I get to play the demos, like I'll like the little like sales demos for games. Is the salespeople will be out there, but I want to sit down and play a gosh darn game.
Yeah, that's all I did at Garycon. We played tons of games. We did pickup games of Shadowdark with Kelsey. We did pickup games with Baron Darop. We did a lot of pickup games, a ton with famous people. Luke Gygax is running a game for me there. Okay, so you can come by, man.
See, this is what I'm saying. This is the fun of it. For PAX Unplugged, I stopped by and I said hi. Because of some scheduling shenanigans that were out of my control, I was doing a panel at Garycon. We were doing RPG Help Desk Live. Myself and Jesse Galena, also at Second Wind, who also does Adventures Night with me. Jesse Galena, every single Thursday, does RPG Help Desk, which is like, come with your questions. We'll have different pardon me, I burped, different game masters on, and we will try to figure out the solutions to your questions, but it's mostly just for us to goof, to make jokes about games.
What channel is he on for that? I've actually never seen
Second Wind.
Oh my God. Maybe you can have us on, because Diane of the Rose was with you, and she's one of our... She hangs out with us a lot. She does a lot of our videos. So.
Diane was there. Yeah. Run DMC was there. Kendo from Cobalt Press was with us. Oh. No, and I want to say he's had Diane on RPG Help Desk before. Oh, Jesse. Steven,
I hung out with Jesse. I hung out with him way more than you because I saw him the night before and we were talking for like an hour.
So because of some scheduling shenanigans that were out of my control, I was literally only there on Saturday. I flew in Saturday morning, spent Saturday there, and flew out Sunday morning. It was nuts, but I did get a chance to walk the show floor a little bit. I saw you. I saw some people. I found some really neat stuff that I'm excited to try out for my home games. And then we did the panel, the RPG Help Desk panel live, and we had a ton of fun. So yeah,
is RPG Help Desk a podcast, or is it only?
It's only live. It's I want to say right now it's only on our Twitch channel, on our Second Wind Twitch channel, but starting this Thursday, I believe it will be both on Twitch and YouTube.
Okay, that could be why. Yeah, if you make it a podcast, because I listen to most of your shows as podcasts, because I always miss them live, but I listen to them always as podcasts. So if you tell that to Nick, is that if you add that to a podcast, I guarantee you'll do way better, because RPG people listen to podcasts like crazy. So
hold on, I'll make a note.
I'll write Nick too. I want to see if Nick wants to do some Arc Raiders. I heard he's into it.
I think Nick has been playing a lot of Arc
I
Raiders.
hear, that's what I hear.
Pod. Okay, so let me tell you about some of the stuff that I found at PAX Unplugged. I'm going to start with a basic one. I'm sure you have seen these before. This was my first time seeing it, but I got really excited for home games because I'm about to start up a new home game with someone who has not played Dungeons and Dragons before, and so it's kind of a like get this person whom we are friends with into D&D. And I saw these things. Have you seen these things before?
Those like bookmark character sheets I've seen.
They are bookmark character sheets, but they fold over.
Oh, that's cool.
So these are for DMs specifically, so I can write down all of your character information, but then I can hang it on my DM screen.
I have seen those, yeah.
For initiative order. So then it's like I can put it in order of initiative, so I have all the information right in front of my eyes, and my players can see what order they go in. And these are just blank cards. I can like put my monsters, my NPCs on here as well. And I just thought those were the neatest idea.
That is a neat idea.
It's very silly, and I know like most people, like we are moving more and more towards digital DMing, and I use stuff like Foundry VTT. Honestly, most of the time I use Google Sheets for most of my DMing because I think it's really good. But I do like a good paper craft and an easy way for everyone to keep track of stuff in an actual pen and paper game.
Okay.
And
Who are these made by? Is probably something that you are wondering. I don't know.
I don't know. I've heard that's a good company.
First of all, Stephen, settle down. This is stattrackers.com. Stattrackers.com.
There you go.
Well, they do
I don't
what
know.
they
It's
say.
third base, not a company.
They say what they do.
They say what they do. That's great on the tin. So anyway, that I got a whole bunch of those.
Oh my God. He's like, oh, I like those. Give me 500, please.
Give me 5. Well, they come in a pack of 50, and then so this is a stat for players, and then this is a one for monsters.
Oh, that's
so like
cool.
I can have players and monsters.
That's cool.
I bought a whole bunch of those, so I'm really excited to use those in my new home game. And then I found a booth. This booth, all the booth said had written on it was weird indie RPGs.
I know that booth. I have the card right here, I think.
I'm down. That's what
This one?
Precious
this one?
Scenes.
From the club, was
I
it?
don't know if it is that
I
one.
don't know if it was this one, but but yeah. So what did they have?
Okay, so here's what I picked up that I'm really excited about. This one is just called Ball Game.
Oh my God, that looks great.
I don't care about baseball.
I love baseball.
I just want this on my shelf. I just want Ball Game because this look like an old NES video game cover?
Kind of does.
Oh my God. No, that's, you know what that is? That's wait, let me just look at the cover. I can't even tell you. I think I know who would play. That looks like yeah, that's like an old Reds player. That's either Reds or Phillies. That looks like it could be Pete Rose. That looks like Pete Rose.
Ball Game. Ball Game is an absurdist baseball TTRPG. It blends elements of horror and humor to create the bones of a strange world, but still grounds itself by taking inspiration from real events in baseball history. So we are baseball players playing a baseball game in this TTRPG, and of course, like it's pretty rules light as it's this thin. You just need a few dice to play and a few people to play. I don't know if I'm ever going to play it, but I did want this art on my shelf.
Oh man, I want to play this. I'm looking at
Well, maybe Jack can run it for you at Garycon.
I was going to say, should I bring it to Garycon and we can run a game?
The Maine Lobsters. That's one of the names of the teams. That's so cool. I'm looking at it now. It's from itch.io. That is awesome. All right. I'm not into these like super weird, super indie, like ridiculous indie games.
But if it's baseball, then
hey man, baseball, Eldritch Horror, you got me a baseball.
Steven, this is like we are in the weeds. You in particular are deep in the weeds of this hobby. You gotta get weird every once in a while.
Oh, I do get weird, but my players don't like to get weird. So I have to
wouldn't actually play ball games.
No, they would never do
You have
that.
to play them in convention.
That's why I got to get weird with Jack. That's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna do a new show, and that show will be called
Get Weird with Jack.
Getting Weird with Jack.
Weird with Jack. Yeah,
That's right. There we go.
that'll be the.
Get Weird with Jack.
Steven had a whole episode about how his players won't play the weird RPGs that he wants to try out, so he has to try to make cons, and he loves the cons.
Nope.
See.
And how his world was opened up by conventions from just a few mainstream
Well, I
RPGs
don't like to
and
play
many
with
other ones.
randos either. It's like
He had to find friendly people like Derek's crowd
Yes.
and others who would not just be random, who he knew were going to be legit, and who would play weird games with him.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think that's important. And like, as someone who, like, I'm 95% of the time play Dungeons and Dragons. It's the game I know. It's the game I know how to run. It's the game I play the most because that's the game most people I know. But what I love about stuff like this is the things that I can steal from them, like the ideas that I can steal from them and then put them into my D&D game. Like I've used a Blades in the Dark style, like time travel or you know, like plotting time things that happened in the past, time travel system a bunch of times in my
The
home
flashbacks.
games. Yes, the flashbacks.
Yeah, flashbacks with the cost. Yeah.
The flashbacks. I've also used their clocks. Their what do you call them?
Yeah, they're called clocks.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah, the clocks are not originally from there, but they are a very solid mechanic, and they generally, I find things like clocks or victory points up to a point are much better than the kind of classic 4E skill challenge of X successes before Y failures, because they encourage everybody to participate. Yeah. Whereas X successes before Y failures encourage you to like bully everyone except the best person out of trying, or have them do something else like aid that won't contribute to the successes or the failures, while only the best person goes over and over again.
So what else did you get?
What else did I get? Okay, I found this one, which is called Tourist Hole.
Oh, that sounds amusing.
Which, by the way, it's just a great name.
Yeah, the name really draws you in. Is it like a tourist trap, but that is like deadly?
Oh, here's what it says in the back here. Billboards and brochures litter the landscape, promising experiences found nowhere else. Roadside attractions, sites of interest, tourist traps, all tributaries to a bigger something beneath. Something hungry. The Tourist Hole. And so I believe this is a road trip RPG in which you kind of get trapped at sites of exploration along the way. And down here it says bar dice mechanics with storytelling prompts. And I don't know what that means, but I'm excited to find out.
I am pumped that it was exactly what I thought it would be.
Yeah.
A tourist trap with like some horrible thing lurking beneath.
I like the idea of an actual tourist trap. Is like, oh, we're going to see this thing, but now I am actually trapped inside and have to get out. I think that's really neat.
It's luring you in like an angler fish.
Yes. All right, but here's the one I'm most excited about. And I don't know how many people are talking about this, but let me start the hype train now. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Jukebox.
Looks like Hollywood Squares. What is that?
This is a TTRPG that instead of utilizing skill checks, utilizes karaoke. You as a player actually have to sing karaoke songs.
Oh my god,
how does the mechanic of the karaoke like affect your results? Are you actually singing in the game, or is the singing doing something else?
You are actually singing in the game. So what happens is you as a player writes down 6 songs that you would be comfortable singing. But throughout the game, you only get to sing 3 of them. And the songs determine your character arcs that will be kind of drawn randomly. And so you might get a downer ending, you might get an upper ending. It is something that I have a group ready to go. We are just figuring out scheduling to actually play this. But Jukebox. It is a TTRPG that utilizes karaoke.
It sounds like Jess crowdfunded Jukebox. So
what?
She was ahead of you on that one. She said in the chat, oh nice, I backed that when it was crowdfunding.
Jess, you're too cool. Too cool for school.
She met the designer shortly before the game started crowdfunding.
Yeah, Jess is like, oh, that's old. I already crowdfunded it. I've already met the designer. I've already designing Jukebox. Yeah, she's writing a campaign for it right now. Yeah.
See,
she did Cosmere. Holy crap!
Okay. Get in on the ground floor. This is why you pick up weirdo little games.
Jukebox from one of the team that made Cosmere RPG.
So wait a second. Do you have a karaoke machine?
That's the beautiful thing. You don't need a karaoke machine. I have a laptop that I can plug a mic into and use as a karaoke machine. And if you go to YouTube and type in any song plus karaoke, it's there.
Right. And it'll do like, man, I tell you, if you're going to run a game of that live and you're going to do karaoke singing, if you let me know, I will fly in for that. I want to do that. I want to do that. That sounds great.
Oh man, I have to see Steven trying to do karaoke.
Remember, my kids are in chorus. Where do you think they got that from?
I don't know. Your kids being in chorus doesn't mean that you were in chorus. It'll be fun.
I can sing. I've done karaoke and I'm not bad.
I don't know, because you refuse to sing whenever you make everyone except you sing Les Mis on this channel. So
Les Mis is hard. I can't do Les Mis.
I assumed from that meant that you couldn't sing.
No, I can sing.
Upsetting thing about something like this, like as a YouTuber, as someone who makes TTRPG content, it will be really hard to make a video. Like, we can't make an actual play of this because of song rights issues.
Oh no, we're going to, and then you make it private. Oh no, you amateur.
If you did it, you would have to use songs that were in like the public domain.
The public domain.
Man, we could be
Those
like,
would be the only songs you'd be allowed to use.
boat gently down the stream. We're all like, and then everyone could join in. It would be like a row. That would be awesome. We'll just do public domain songs.
So hopefully next week I'm gonna run my first game of this, and I get to actually see how it's played. I'm incredible. Like, that is the one I've been talking about the most, because I ran into this booth that just said weird indie RPGs.
That is
weird.
weird.
Like, yep, this is what I want. This is exactly what like. Because no offense to the bigger guys, no offense to you, but like, your books are around. I can get your books. I know where to get your books if I want them, right? But you go to conventions to look underneath the rocks and find all the little grubs and stuff. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh yeah, the hidden gems. You're absolutely right, and I'm terrible at finding them. So I love hearing from anybody who can, because I go to conventions and I can't find the hidden gems because I'm just blinded by all of the lights and colors and everything, and I come out of it having found nothing every time.
Right. So like those were my hauls. This was a relatively light haul. Of course, I was only there for 12 hours. So a relatively light haul.
Really impressive for 12 hours, during which you had to arrive, get in there, do your panel about like GMing advice, and then get out.
So you definitely have to go because Garycon is nothing but weird games.
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's basically.
Well, a lot of it is old school D&D.
It's old school D&D and weird games. Like, it's just, but it's nothing like, if you're playing, there's no Pathfinder, like there's no 5th edition. It's everything except what's popular. It's actually.
I remember seeing there was some, but it's not a lot. It's not a lot.
Yes, and you know how many people showed up? You're right. I tried to run Pathfinder games. You know how many people showed up? Zero. No one showed up. Right. So yes, you're right. They do have them. No one goes and plays them though. That's
what the big conventions are for. Like Garycon, it's a small. That's niche of a niche, right?
No, that's a niche of a niche of a niche. It is so sub niche. Everyone there, like if you don't know, like if you don't have a Thaco tattoo on your arm, then you don't. That's your admission fee. It's like, show me your D&D themed tattoo, and if you do not have one, you can't come in.
Where's yours?
Oh, hey man, I got lots of tattoos. You're just not aware of them.
I just don't know about your tattoo.
No, I do not want to see your tattoos. I don't.
I actually love tattoos, and I wish I would get one, but I can never think of anything to put on my skin permanently.
It can be Thaco. That's never go out of style.
So many people say that about tattoos, and obviously, like I have a lot of tattoos. I have some big tattoos, but like so many people,
have a lot of tattoos, right?
So many people say like I don't know what I want to put on my skin permanently. That's the great thing is like you don't need to worry about it because like when you're dead, you're dead. I got like my most recent one is this little black and white ghost. I got this at a party randomly.
You're braver than me.
You know what? I look at it every day and I just go, I remember what a wonderful party that was. What a wonderful time I had with my friends. And I love ghosts. It doesn't even match with my other tattoos.
You know what? Maybe I'll do a picture of Jack on my arm. That would be so funny.
Right? It's about the experience, the memory, and showing off cool art.
I'm a weirdo. I love tattoos. A good friend of mine, the guy who actually runs the local game store here. He runs the game store and he runs one of the most popular tattoo parlors here. And he is covered head to toe. And I mean, literally his feet, the bottom of his feet, the top of his feet, like covered. His back, every inch of him is covered. And so, and I actually helped him run. There's a tattoo convention here, and I actually helped him make the website and run it. So I learned a lot about tattooing. Yeah.
See, and now you got an in. You know a place to get some tattoos.
I know.
You can do this.
I know all the best. Yeah, no, I actually did research on the artists and and the styles, and I watch all the tattoo shows. Like I'm one of those wackos. There's always, I'm like, like women are into true crime. I'm into tattoos. That's me. I'm like secretly secretly into tattoo showings.
There is also this what do you call it? A dopamine response when you get a tattoo, because of course it's someone just stabbing you thousands of times over and over again. And so like after the hours of the tattoo, like your endorphins are rushing, you get that dopamine like hit. And so once you get your first one, you want another one.
Someone says, he says, I don't have any tattoos because I've never been to prison. Jack has been to prison many, many times, right, Jack?
I might have been arrested a couple times.
Oh my God, I was joking, but we veered into a dangerous area.
Prison, no. Jail, yes.
Wait, yes. Steve knows all the best tattoo artists, like he knows all the best stagehands and all the best song. Well, actually, I don't know stagehands or sommeliers, but I do know a lot of tattoos only because there's big tattoo conventions here. And they all come to these shows, especially the New York shows, because people have the money to pay for these things.
Yeah,
and they charge, they'll charge $500, $1,000 for 1 hour session, and you'll get it here. You won't get it somewhere else. So,
yeah. They're great. Tattoos are great. Everybody, get some tattoos, smoke some cigarettes, live your life.
Damn, Jack Packard going on.
No, don't smoke cigarettes.
I was like, wow, he's really going off deep end. He's like,
there was a time in my life, Stephen, in which I was a pack a day smoker.
I believe it.
I still think about smoking often, but like smoke. Here's the thing about smoking.
Friends, not all my friends, but a lot of my friends, they smoked a lot in their 20s, but zero, like absolutely not even one, zero of them now. They all quit.
You have to, because it will kill you. It's something that kills you.
The 80s was different. The 80s and 90s. People were smoking on airplanes, okay?
Steven, smoking is so cool. Smoking is like, it looks so fucking cool. You can't deny that.
How about vaping? Vaping makes you look
cool.
Ew. Here, look.
Vaping
like you take
is
this.
so
this
gross.
Isn't a vape. And you're like, oh, now, I know vaping makes you look totally not cool. It
makes you look like a douchebag, but something about smoking makes people look cool.
No,
it is bad for you.
Good on screen. That's the thing. Okay, now we're getting into the movie portion. That's why they always have smoking on movies, because it's like it was special effects before CGI.
Yeah.
It was like you'd have a smoke and you'd have a cigarette and you have the smoke on the screen, and it added action and an element that was unknown. But now you don't need it. In fact, I can't think of the last time. When was the last time you saw someone, unless it was a period piece?
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen someone smoke ever.
The newest Knives Out movie, Wake Up Dead Man, actually had several people smoking cigarettes on camera, which, by the way, I did note was the first time I had seen that in many years on camera.
You just never, unless it's a period piece, like
because
actually
it looks so
I just saw
fucking
Goodfellas.
cool.
Now everyone smokes in Goodfellas, but it takes place in the 60s, and they have drugs, so of course they're smoking, But anyhow, and that was shot in the 80s, so
Don't smoke, everybody. It is terrible for your health. It just looks so cool and it feels great.
Jess smoking makes you look cool is why I got clove cigarettes to use as LARP. That's right.
Oh, right.
That's right.
I'm so sorry. I don't listen to any of my advice. That's what I got. That's what I got for you today here, Stephen. I got karaoke RPGs and tattoos
what else
and
did
cigarettes.
You do? Wait, so didn't you do something? What else did you do? Because we're running out of time with you.
What else did no, literally, like I walked the floor. I took a nap. I took a real long nap, which was great. And then we did RPG help desk, and that's there was a couple. I'm good friends with the D&D apologies, D&D YouTuber Tulok the Barbarian.
No, don't know.
He does really great, how do you build Spider-Man in Dungeons and Dragons? How do you build Wolverine? Like really fun videos of like, if you want to make this character in Dungeons and Dragons, here's how you do it. He has a great video on how to make Bane, the Batman villain in Dungeons and Dragons. It's all a charisma build, which I think is phenomenal. In any case, so Tulok was there. So it was we talk a ton on the internet, and it was our first time getting to meet in person. So I went out.
All right, let's hear your Bane impression. So in my game, Jason, who's one of our players, he can only do very few impressions, but one of them is Sean Connery, and he does a really good Sean Connery, and Bane is very close.
Yeah,
so he does Bane and Sean Connery, and that's it. That's his whole rage.
That's all you do is Sean Connery with this over your mouth. They go, yes, we will do this. We will have you were molded by the pants, but I was born with them. Yes, it's yours. Stephen, thank you for having me on. Oh.
I feel like there was a version of Bane that did that in like some Harley Quinn show.
Well, no, we're making
Did
fun
a
of...
Sean Connery almost with a mask on top of it kind of impression that Jack was doing.
Oh, well, we're talking about the one from the Christopher Nolan movie.
That's what I assumed that you were going to do, but then I was surprised because I think there was...
someone says that Harley Quinn Bane has a parody of that voice. That sounds awesome.
That's what I said.
Yeah, Mark is on it.
I didn't know that was in the cartoon. I didn't know if you were getting the movie confused with the cartoon. I got to look that up.
There was a cartoon parody that had basically what Jack did.
I never saw the Harley Quinn cartoon, but supposedly it's really good. I don't have patience
people
for the
love
cartoon.
People love it.
Yeah.
I also have not seen it.
Like, Gotham is yours.
Really, Moneypenny? Tell me more.
Right. Oh, there we go. You got James Bond mixed in there.
Exactly.
The day is mine.
James Bond.
So stupid. It's great. It's great times. So yeah, no, I got to meet up with some people. I got to shop a little bit. We did our wonderful RPG help desk, which like RPG help desk is really like, obviously we want to help people GM better and DM better and kind of like get a lot of people a lot of their questions are just like, I am scared to do this, like, can you help me through the startup process? And so that's a lot of it. And the other part of it is just people wanting to share cool stories about what happens at their table, which is always a joy to hear, because then they'd be like, okay, so here's the story. This is the ruling I made. Do you think that's okay? And then we just get to fuck around for a little bit. It's great.
Oh, I gotta listen to this. So wait, but it's only on Twitch. Is that the problem? That's why
it's only on Twitch. It is on the Twitch archive, so you can see it there. And starting tomorrow,
YouTube,
and I want to say it's at 3:30 Central Time every Thursday. Jesse Galena does RPG Help Desk with a slew of guests. Soon, Stephen and Mark will be guests, I'm sure.
Yeah,
we'll get
there we go. I mean, I give advice all the time.
Yeah. I used to do a show at PaizoCon advice for GMs. I think there's nothing I have not seen at this point.
Well, but do you remember? I guess, do you remember when you first got into it? Were you intimidated? I don't know if Stephen has ever been intimidated by anything, but like, were you nervous?
I don't think it's that intimidating to offer advice.
Oh no! I mean, when you started GMing.
Oh, GMing. Oh, okay. I thought it was when you started offering advice for GMing.
No, not really.
Like for me, I was filled with anxiety before my first game, just because it's like, oh my God, what if I do something? What if I get a rule wrong? What if I have to look something up? What do I need to know? How do I do this? I was a mess.
I was too young to have that kind of anxiety at the time when I started. And it looks like someone in chat said the same thing too.
Yeah, I started GMing so young, I didn't know to be nervous.
So I none of us knew what we were doing, you know. I mean, that's when I started, and
we were just trying to play, and my players would just like not pay attention, or they would run off or do something else.
Yeah.
No, the only time it was a real problem was when I was in my 30s with the same group, where we all knew the rules, and this was 3-5, and then we would get into fights because I would rule against them. They would be like, "Oh, that's not," you know, and we're like playing Age of Worms with his life and death, and we'd get into physical fist fights, like literal fist fights. Now it's much cooler about it, but
the game within a game, win the fist fight to win the D&D fight.
Hey man,
right?
These guys, you've seen my players. Seth is 6'6", and Chris is 6'4", and they're gigantic. So
if they teamed up on you, I don't even see how was it even a struggle? Although I guess you have your martial arts. Yeah, you have your martial arts. So it was they're tall, but I actually can fight. So and I guess having extra people can actually make it worse if they're very untrained than not having them.
No, yeah,
Oh,
no,
sure.
no, yeah, it was really actually not a contest, but
Like for people who are starting later in life, I think like they are nervous because I mean the hobby itself is intimidating. This is something I know we have talked about specifically. There's a lot of rules to these games.
Yeah.
Right?
yes,
And I think starting now, when there are so many actual plays that are so good at doing
Yes.
it, is more intimidating because you're now like, oh, look, here was an example of play. And it wasn't just from the book where it just has this like dorky thing that
Yeah.
is worse than what anybody would do. It is instead professional actors. It's like, I'm not as good as that.
Right?
Well,
Like that
that's-
adds to the intimidation factor. It's like
That's
I'm not a
problem.
professional actor or comedian or voice actor. How can I be that good? And it's like, you don't have to, brother. You just have to play.
or you do what I do, which is right in the middle of my game when I have questions, I ask Mark. He wrote the rules and he tells me, and it's extremely convenient. I'll give you Mark's home address and his
Yes, thank
Discord
you.
and his phone number, so you can ask
Thank
him
you.
your questions. No problem.
You can just sign, anybody who wants to do that can sign a consulting contract with me, and I will consult on your game for you for a standard consulting fee.
That's right.
See, there you go. That's all you need. All you need is a mark in your pocket.
Right. All you do is a Mark. Well,
That could be it. The product could be Pocket Mark.
Well, we had some of the questions because they were doing aid, and does aid act as a secondary caster?
Yeah, they were
in
doing a
ritual?
secondary caster and a ritual. They wondered if that was the same as an aid check,
which
and it
is
isn't.
tricky because it's like I could see both sides.
It is helping, but it's not the aid action. And the aid action even explicitly does not apply in rituals.
Right. And he wasn't arguing. We just wanted actually we were just more interested to know the rule. We didn't care either way. But I let him do it either way. He just didn't know if he would get the +4 or not. I was like, whatever.
Oh, sure.
It all ended up being fine. Basically, this is what I do. Whenever my players don't know what to do, I say, all right, before we sit here and figure it out, roll the die. If it's really high or really low, it doesn't matter. It's only going to matter if it's like a 10. and then I'm going to have to look up the rule. And then if they roll they roll 20, I'm like, you win, you succeed. They roll a 1. I'm like, you fail. See, I didn't have to look anything up.
That's
That's a smart GMing tip in general.
Yes.
I like to talk about similar tips to that, and I can liken it to using programming techniques and computer science techniques to make you better at all sorts of things in life that aren't computer science. In this case, that's lazy evaluation, where the computer only evaluates some kind of complex thing if it has to do so. So like in computer programming, that would be like if you have a thing that you say, if both X and Y are true, then you have to do this other thing. And then you find out that X was not true. You don't even check if Y is true, even if Y is like a really hard thing to figure out if it's true or not.
Yeah.
Because X isn't true already, so you're done. That's called lazy evaluation.
Yeah, well,
and
I
if you
always do
do
that.
that in your own life,
I have my players
like
roll,
Steven did.
and if they're high or low, then we don't care. I'm like, literally don't even care what the roll is because I'm like, well, I'll make a call. If it's high, you succeed. If it's low, you fail. It's only if it's in between, we got to look it up.
And the way to use it for Steven's question, was essentially like, if I got a critical on this, would I get +2 or +4 to the other person or something like that?
Yeah.
And then it doesn't matter unless the difference between a 2 and a 4 made the difference. There's only two numbers on the D20 where you
Only if it's
actually have to
close,
go and check that roll. It's a very smart,
I pretty much ignore most
advanced
rules
jamming technique.
unless I have to look them up. So,
Hell yeah.
There you go.
But that comes with a lot of experience, and that comes with a lot of confidence, which newer GMs don't. They need to play. They need to play a lot to get that confidence. And so that's the real advice is just keep playing. Just keep playing and you'll get there, right?
You play long enough and then you learn all the rules. Although now it's tricky because we're playing level 2
You learn
characters.
from experience. You have to gain XP.
We haven't played level 2 characters in 6 years, so I'm like,
sure.
We're like, wow, I forgot what these rules are because we never did these low level rules. We were doing level 20 characters, and the rules are very different at high level. You just ignore all the low level rules because you have so many other things you could do. And now we're like, how does crafting work? How does repairing a shield work? We're like looking them up, and we're like, I don't know. It's like we used to just buy new shields when they broke. We never repaired them, but they had no gold, so they got to go repair everything. I'm like, wow, I got to look all this crap up.
Amazing.
When you're pouring the game, you got to look up the rules. So
yeah,
just like life. When you're pouring life, you got to look up the rules.
Always true. Always true.
But you have to go probably and pick up
You
your
gotta pick up your
damn
kids.
kids. Damn kids.
Listen, they are still they don't have driver's license yet, but we are working on it.
And that's the best thing. Once my kids started to drive, it was a whole new world. I mean, now that's all they do is it's great. They would go pick things up from me. They get food. I'm like, man, they're not only can they drive themselves, but then they can get my stuff.
Good. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. So yes, I do have to leave, but thank you so much for having me on. Everybody, check out Adventures Nigh. Second Wind is great. Also, all this juicy new Roll for Combat books. Steven, Year of Mysteries coming out.
Yeah, it's going on right now.
Kickstarter's live. In fact, we just released the final, that hidden truth puzzle that you were talking about in the commercial. It wasn't there when you started. It came out today. It requires all of the previous solutions to be combined, and then you have to follow a treasure map in order to discover the final hidden truth.
Yes, and if we ever get a time that those kids don't go to school, we can have Jack for more than 15 minutes.
Here's the problem. If you have me for more than 45 minutes, it'll just be Steven. Like the rest of the time will be Steven and I talking movies, which I'm very okay with.
Hey man, I'm like, I had to control myself. I was like,
there is a decent segment of our viewers, Jack, that is also very okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll come the new year, you'll have me out again. We'll talk more GMing and movies. It'll be great.
GM movies with Jack.
Great. All right. Great. Thanks for having me, guys. Bye.
Take care, Jack.
Oh, there goes Jack. Oh, not really. He's not really.
Wait. I got it. There's another. Once you click leave meeting, you have to click it again. Okay. And bye.
Bye. Oh, he's actually gone.
He's really gone.
Okay. So are we going to talk about some of the things that we saw at PAX? Now that Jack's not here, since that's the topic of the episode, what do you think? I'm going to need help from you because I was at the Roll for Combat booth.
I'll show you what
virtually the entire show, except for when I was hanging out at parties with people afterwards.
Oh, I gotta fix my camera a little though.
And times I was at Roll for Combat related panels. Which, by the way, if anybody is not on the Roll for Combat Discord, I was taking pictures of a few things on our Roll for Combat panels I think that are not publicly available except for in those panels. One of which is a piece of art that's very mysterious that people have guesses for in the Discord. So you can go there and check that out.
So I didn't get a lot, but I did get a few things. I'll show you what I got.
Cool.
So I went and walked around and oh my God, the craziest booth of all time was the Pirate Borg booth because I got to get him on the show. I got to get Luke on the show. Is that
he was great the other times he was on here.
Fantastic.
You have one with just him and me. That was a cool episode.
No, he's a fantastic guest. He's so busy now because Pirate Borg is exploding. He built a pirate ship, an actual pirate ship that kind of worked, and it had a skeleton pirate that had glowing eyes and was steering the ship. And
when you say it worked, do you mean it worked as a booth or it works as a pirate ship that could actually pirate people?
It actually had sails. It was enormous. And there were television screens in the booth. And then he walked up and he's like, okay, press one of the buttons. And an Elgato, it's like there's like 12 buttons and each button would change the theme of the booth. So it would be a different theme each time. So there's 12 different themes on the booth. And then the skeleton would do something different. It was like a ride you'd see in Disney World. It was insane. I was like, dude, this is a booth you would see at E3 when I used to go to E3.
That's very impressive.
It was insane. That's
next level, Steven.
Oh, that wasn't even next level. That was next level.
Did you get any Pirate Borg stuff for that booth?
Yes. Well, it was 20 by 20. I was like, dude, who built this? He goes, we did. I'm like, I mean, the whole thing was made out of wood. I mean, everything. Like, you know how like we have cases for our books? There's wood cases. Like, you know how heavy wood is?
Wood is very heavy,
ship with wood. Everything was wood. I was like, dude, this boat must weigh like 3 tons. And I don't mean like kind of 3 tons, like actually.
You mean literally
3 tons. They had Derek, who's a big woodworker, he saw it. He couldn't believe it. Like we were both blown away by this booth. It was incredible. And I mean, they'll just keep reusing it. So you'll see it. He got the starter set of Pirate Borg, so he gave me the starter set. I didn't even know. This is the first time I opened it. So, I mean, they've got a lot of mileage out of one small game, I'll tell you. So yeah, look, they got I didn't even know. Oh, look at that. They got the rules on the inside of the box. That's a good idea.
Well, lots of people like pirates and they want to do
Yes.
something that gives them a really authentic
Yes.
pirate feel.
There's the
And
pirates.
trying to play pirate games in other RPGs, even games I like
Well, his
Pathfinder or
layout-
D&D, it never really fits exactly because the story of Pathfinder and D&D are not always like a perfect match for pirating.
His layouts, I mean, look at that. I mean, his layouts they're A++ layouts. Actually, so everything I bought, I give an A++ the layout. So this is an A++ layout. Now, Luke he does the layout and he does all the graphics. He's the only one who can do that. Like, you have to do, like, I can't do graphics, so my layouts are as good as we can make them with my limitations, which is I need what's called a magazine layout. So our layouts just like Paizo layouts or WotC layouts, which are good, but this is, I can't do something.
So
like
ours
that.
are like an A to an A-. This is A++.
No, ours are A plus. I mean, we do a good job,
okay.
but this is plus because the number of people who can do this are almost zero. I mean, because he does. This is the Mork Borg done right, because Mork Borg is too much. This is usable. Like if you did, there's form and function, and this is form and function. As
I do
opposed
have to
Mork
say that
Borg,
I
which
find
is
that
just form.
I find that Pirate Borg has the prettiness factor that you would see in Mjork Borg, but that it actually does seem more usable than Mjork Borg.
Oh.
Sometimes it's like, it's very in your face. It
Very
does
hard to
what it's
use.
set out to do, and I applaud them for that, but it makes it less
Yeah.
utilitarian.
Yeah, it's incredible. And then this is the new adventure that comes with it.
Awesome.
And so it comes with like this beautiful adventure and just, and then it comes, let's see what else is in here. Oh, wow, oh my God. Look at the size of this thing. It comes with classic character sheets, notepads, maps, punch outs. Damn.
Very
I
nice.
know, this is like a lot. All right. Well, this was amazing. And I got this. And then there's more stats in the bottom of the box. So I got this. And this is like insanely beautiful. So I got that at
And you got Dolmen Wood.
Oh, I got
physical
Dolmen Wood, but I got it
You
before.
showed that to me.
I got that before. I didn't get that at PAX.
Okay.
But then this is the one I've been waiting for a long time. Oh my God.
Okay. It
That
sounds
weighs
heavy.
10,000 pounds is Crooked Moon. Like, seriously, this thing is like 35
Okay, so
pounds.
I want to remind everyone, when he said that there was 6,000 pounds of wood, he was telling the truth. But when he says Crooked Moon is 10,000 pounds, it was an exaggeration this
Wrong,
time.
because they brought with them, when we were packing up, they had, remember how much stuff we brought to PAX East? Triple that, and it was just this. they had, if Derek was on the show, he'd be agreeing with me. He goes, how much did they think they were going to sell? They had hundreds and hundreds of these boxes. They only had 4 of these per box, and I guarantee each box was probably 100 pounds, because these things, actually, I'll take on my scale how insanely heavy this box is. But so I feel bad for them because they were there all night. So it comes with this, comes with a little dice box, comes with the map. But what it comes with, oh my God, is this book. And this book also, when it comes to layout, Derek and I were looking at this book. This was an A++ layout too. It's gorgeous. This actually says an A++ book. Sort of. It's a fascinating book. Let's see if you can figure out why this book is amazing, but not as good as you think it is. I'm gonna quiz you, Mark.
You're quizzing me.
Yes.
Is it going to be about paper quality or thickness?
No, oh no, paper, fantastic. Everything is fantastic. The 632-page book. So 50% larger than our Jewel, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the first part of the book, pages 8 to 50, is the setting guide. Then from pages 52 to 122 is new player options, including new species, subclasses, backgrounds, feats, and spells. Then pages 135 to 481 is the adventure. Then pages 484 to 624 is the bestiary. The bestiary is over 100 pages just in itself. Treasure, new chaotic curses, and music. So,
okay, so my theory is the organization, because the back has chaotic curses, music, and treasure, it could have also had other options in there. But I'm going to say that the reason they put the player options in the front is they want the players to stop reading once you hit the adventure, and
correct.
The chaotic curses and treasure are actually for the GMs.
You're completely right. But do you see why I think this book is genius? But I think this actually was a huge missed opportunity.
Is it because you think it should have been split into 2 books, one of which was the player content, so that you wouldn't have to be like, well, just stop at this page?
Gold star. That's right. This is a unusably too large book. Derek was looking at this and he goes, this book is fantastic, but it weighs like 30 pounds. It's so heavy that it's not really usable.
It's unwieldy, and it's something we learned in at Paizo.
I was going to say
doing
Paizo.
The core rule book. Because everyone's always like, we don't want to have to buy the Dungeon Master Guide and the Player's Handbook. We don't want to have to buy them. It's too many books. Can we just combine them? So Paizo did. There's later game mastery guides, but it combined the basic Dungeon Master rules and the basic player rules into a core rule book for Pathfinder 1st edition. The problem was it became too big. It, in fact, intimidated and scared people away from Pathfinder. And they would be like, look at how much bigger this is than the Player's Handbook. I don't want to have to learn a game that's this much more complicated, when meanwhile it was 2 books combined. So of course it was bigger. It was trying to give value and save money for people at the time, but it wound up coming back to bite it. So that's why it to me it just seemed like if they'd split those out, it still would have been 2 books. Now the issue with splitting that out is that it sounds like they wanted the setting lore to be available to both the players and the GM so that everyone would read it.
Well, no, when they kickstarted this the same time we kickstarted our first Kickstarter. Give you an idea.
Wow.
I know that's how long it took for them to put this out, and it got like $4 million. So they were stuck. And I think this book, and you know who was the lead on this? Because I was like, who did this book? Because it's so good. Dan Dillon is the lead. That's why it's so good. Is it Dan?
I know they picked up Dan after he was fired from WotC.
Yep, he was the developing lead on this book. So I was like, okay, that explains why this is so good.
So obviously, given when they kickstarted, he would have come in partway through the process. But
yeah, but I mean.
But you need to have a development lead and to get things wrangled. Yeah. When you have that much material to give it one vision, and you don't need that person to have been there at the beginning.
No, it's fine. But here's the thing. So this is, so it's a 632 page book, and they sold it at, which was a good idea at the time, except it's a campaign setting, a 350 page adventure, new fate weaving mechanics, 15 folk horror subclasses, 13 new species, 85 new monsters, 26 new magic items, 40 new spells, 14 new feats, 13 new dark bargains, and 156 chaotic curses. Again, it's 3 books in one. And there's one thing I've learned is it sounds like a good idea, but break it out. Like you should, I mean, they couldn't, and I get it. But especially because it's a box set, it's that if you want the player's guide and the setting to be combined, you can make separate books and just combine them and like wrap them and sell them together. Or do what we did is that, I mean, there was no easy way to do that. Is that the World Guide, the Indigo Isles World of Battlezoo guide actually does have some repeat information from Jewel because there's no way around it. There's no way around it. You have
because the cities that show up in Jewel need to be in Jewel, and they shouldn't be removed from the World Guide just because they showed up in an adventure article.
But it is an amazing book
I think that the way that
beautiful.
having a big book will
It's
hurt you from intimidation
big.
process doesn't matter to them because they already had made $4 million by that point.
You're
And
right.
it doesn't make it any worse of a
No.
book. It just makes it a harder sell and makes it harder to get it into people's hands because they're scared of the science.
And well, and not only that, it's on D&D Beyond, and I guarantee this thing is probably done hundreds of thousands on D&D Beyond. So
Right. Past the 4 million,
Yeah.
of course.
yeah. So and then it comes with these decks of cards on the inside. They're tarot card sized, and there's and I think that's it. Oh no, I was wrong. There's all the maps, so they give you a map pack and a DM screen. So it's actually
Cool.
a lot in here. Yeah. Look at
And
that.
Agile Monk said, if you want to get in the Battlezoo, you need to roll for combat and show RFC the love.
Thank you. Oh. So yes, this is this is I don't know. Derek and I were doing a lot of comparisons between this and someone else's. And because every page has art. It's one of it's like our type books, It's like every page has art. Okay, actually, I won't say it's an A++. I'll tell you why. Because they start chapters on the right side of the page. That's kind of a big no-no. It's like you try never to do that if you can. And what I mean by that is that you can
To
start
be clear, it
chapters.
still sounds like it's really good, though.
Oh no. They killed it. But that's so you want to do chapters like this, where you have a half page, and then you start on the left, and then you could start to text on the right. But you actually pretty much never, unless you absolutely have to, start on the right side. Like in the Elderon book, I had to start some on the right side, just because in the 5e version, because I just didn't have enough room. We couldn't. Our word counts were so strict for that product that we couldn't add more, so we had to start a couple on the right side, which killed me inside by doing that. But what could you do? So that's a little trick. So that was Crooked Moon, and I got.
So also, someone in chat was asking how much does the Crooked Moon box set you back?
Oh, this was. Well, it gave me a free die and they gave me a free pin. It was 100.
Let's see. On the Adventurous.com.
And it was 199 for this, I think.
Yeah,
they
let's
had
see.
A special edition. And the special edition, I didn't really like the special edition. That was even more.
So yeah, Adventurous.com says the book alone is 100. Oh no, that's the deluxe.
No,
the book alone is 72.
Yeah,
the
70,
box
it's
set that
80.
Steven got.
It's 80.
It's 80? Oh,
Yeah.
It must be on a 10% off on their site.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I'm looking at it on their own site just to see if somebody wanted to get it from their site right now, what it would be.
I've seen it as low as 54, believe it or not. So for just the book, which is a steal.
I'm not actually seeing the box set on their site, so maybe that was like a Kickstarter thing.
It was 198, but no tax. And they gave me this bag. And this bag, I know how much these bags cost. This is like a $5 bag. I mean, I was like, I just wanted the $5 bag, actually. And I figured, what the heck?
So you spent $200 to get a $5 bag?
It's a really nice bag. And importantly, I wanted to see how they did the box set, because I am looking to do a box set next year for one of our products. So I'm now collecting box sets because I need to do research. So, and I waited, because I do the old, don't buy it right away, wait a day or two. And then on Sunday, before it opened, Mark, that's when I was like, that's it. I walked by and I'm like, I can't resist. And I just bought it. So I bought it. I didn't get the special. The special edition was 400. And it came with more. It came with minis and that.
I see. The discounted sale on the Crooked Moon Game Ready bundle, which is in bundles on their site, is 207. Apparently, separately, the things are 332. But if you buy the box, it's 207, and the special is 414, so double the price. Then there's the ultimate
really
bundle.
heavy.
It's $991.
No, I didn't know that. And then also,
if you were a true fan,
I met with Long Pack, and they gave me this. They gave me like a mouse pad thing. Oh no, it's not a mouse pad. This is actually for like maps and stuff. It's an example of some of the stuff. They also gave me a cup, which I gave my wife. I was like, she's like, what is this thing? I'm like, it's a cup. I think I'm looking over here. Oh, I got this. I showed this last week. I got the Godzilla quick rolls. That's it. That's all I got. I didn't really buy
That's still
anything.
good. I mean, some of those were big things.
Well, it's two very big products. That's what I got.
Yes. That's quite a lot. Agile Monk sent another super chat for $10. Said, by the way, I just got 4 new books in from RFC. All 4 were amazing looking. Kudos, Stephen and Mark.
Thank you. Yes, we're getting out
The dragons
of the
all
dragons.
4.
They're out. It's all one of those. That's what always happens. You wait, and then they're out. And then you just get them, and then you're like, okay, what was the big deal about? And then this is.
But they're cool.
And these are the proofs for. Here's the proofs.
Elemental Storm. Yeah, I'm very excited about Elemental Storm.
This is it. This is done. These are the signatures. So they send me the signatures for proofing.
Outstanding.
So here we go. That's done. And they just wait for me to approve it and they bind it. And so that's done. That will be shipping in February. So that one's done. And actually next up will be Living Legends. That also is ready to go. I actually just need one piece of art. And then
we'll... Oh, right. It's still that devil art that our beta almost done version didn't have, right?
No. It's actually... I'm insane. It is the... So no one does this. I'm like the only one who does this. So, because I'm a loser. Is that... So I put art on the inside pages. These are called the ends.
Yes.
And 99% of people don't put art on this. They'll just make it blank. But I wanted art and I didn't have art. So I forgot. And then I actually had a piece of art, but I didn't like it. And then I had my normal guy who was going to do it, but he had hand surgery and he didn't tell me until like he was ready to start it. And I was waiting. And then he's like, oh, I had hand surgery. I can't do it. And I was like, oh, now you tell me. I was like, dude, I was literally holding this piece for you. So I found someone else. And one of our other artists, actually, he's very good. He did a lot of the inside
Well, the good
art.
news is that means you can print the special edition of Living Legends because the special edition has the regular edition's cover on those end pages.
No, it doesn't matter. You need this. This is in all versions, this inside page.
Really? I could swear that the special edition of Classic Creatures actually had the regular edition's cover on it or something like that.
Hold on.
Did it not? Oh no, maybe that was somewhere else in there.
Nope. Oh wait, you're right. So the special edition.
It has the regular edition's cover on it instead. That's what I thought. So you could print the special edition.
No, wrong.
No, because it's in the back. Okay, you're right. We're both right, Stephen. How about that?
Well, anyhow, he's almost done with it, and it's another campfire scene, but this one at night.
Well, I like that campfire scene. I often use that campfire scene in the end pages to show people when I'm showing people at conventions the book.
Yeah, that's right. I was trying to think of something. I'm like, I'm not just making another campfire. We'll just each time we'll do a campfire scene. So it's another campfire scene, and it shows them. I can actually show it even. It's really cool.
Oh, that's awesome. I've never seen this, everybody. I usually see a lot of the other Roll for Combat art in advance, but this one I did not. So
let's see if I can do this.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try to get
Look at this. It actually got this to work. Hold on a second.
I'm going to try to get my stream to catch up. I see we're on the side of it, so that means it's probably going to show up.
Yeah, hold on. Here we go. So
let's see.
Fix this. So actually, I'm going to show you how I work. People like this. This is one of those working sessions. So this is...
Oh, that sketch looks cool. I think that's going to look good when it's all colored in.
Done. So the guy sent me the sketch, and as you can see, we got the Cerebus in there, and we have the Swarm. That's actually Jess's Swarm blood. Jess, that's the one that you told me to do. That's the guy with the moths. Remember the moth head? That's the moth head.
Moth head made it. Yeah. Look at that.
And we got a Werebore in there. We got a Lamia. We got a...
I see an Evil Eye.
Evil Eye. Cerebrophage. And that is a devil, I believe, who's hanging out and drinking. Now, I wanted more. And also, I didn't like the box because I thought the box was a little weird. So I spoke to him and I said, can we change it? And he said, sure. So I will show you what the new one looks like. Wait a second. And ta-da! So
New one.
here's the new
Let's
one.
see.
So I had him add, because we needed a psychopomp. So in the corner, he added a psychopomp because they're tiny, so they're easy to add. And then I wanted a giant, so he put a giant in the back, and then he made the cerebrophage is now cooking a brain on the fire.
I mean, yeah, that's what they want to eat.
Yeah.
So
So we was able to sneak 2 more in there without it getting too cluttered. So now we have because I got to get a bird in there. And that's the thing, is that they're so tiny. It was easy to get him in there. And he's got a little hat on, as you can see. So
he does. It's the Psychopump Wizard from the Plushy.
yeah. And the plushies are done too, by the way. I was going to send a picture to everyone. I'm actually getting, I just spoke to the people making the plushies. They're all done. And they are sending me a sample with the tags, and then I'm going to send them all to the Crown. So
That's awesome.
That's what the Psychopomp. Boop, boop, boop. It's funny; these aren't that popular. I'd be very happy to do way more plushies, but
I think that we don't have the right
not-
vector for them,
it's
Steven.
not popular.
No, I think we don't have the right vector. I think that having them as an add-on for a book Kickstarter is much more difficult because we're attracting different
know.
people. Whereas if there was like
I mean, look how
one that
cool
was just
that is.
like imagine if there was a
It's the
Kickstarter that was
coolest thing.
it was like Elderon plushies, okay? Like I legitimately think that my cousins who were over who were playing with my parents' Elderon plushies for Thanksgiving would maybe back a Elderon plushie expansion Kickstarter, whereas they would not back a Elderon book Kickstarter that also had plushies, even if it was they could back for $1 and add on plushies, because they'd have to be going into one that they wouldn't have looked at in the first place. It's just a tricky, it's a tricky market subsection issue, I think.
Someone asked, so the little bird behaves like a kinku?
So they're actually the scribes of the underworld. And in this case, they've come to our world to do a little bit of other things. So this one's a wizard. And in the Pathfinder system, the smallest psychopomps are called nosoi. It's named after a Greek mythological word for like the daimon manifestation of disease, actually. Just some of the psychopomps have names that are from different mythologies.
Anyhow, so yes, that's done. That's ready to go. What else is going on? Oh,
Everything, Steven. Everything. Yeah. What about the Shadowdark thing? We're getting closer to the contest, I think.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to finish up and get the contest out. I mean, there's the holidays and the Kickstarter. Literally, this is what happened. The Kickstarter finally wrapped up, and then we went to PAX.
It did it one day before PAX. Right. I was talking to Steven about that. It was like just a faith bomb. And then it's immediately Thanksgiving. It was
Thanksgiving. So, but then, and I was like, and then of course, it's the weekend of the biggest sale of the year, which was Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So I was very busy with the
So there were tons of people sending in you emails, I'm sure, just for like, hey, I did my order. I need to do this thing.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. And now I actually got some time off. I actually relaxed. I actually laid out, you saw that. I laid out Mushies 5e, so that's ready to go. And then we're having our testers look that over. I did that
One
last
of the
night.
incredible things about Steven that not everybody knows is that Steven is the customer service for Roll for Combat as well as everything else. Like a lot of people, if they were the publisher, they'd like be like, someone else do the customer service. But Steven does that. He fixes things for everybody. And so during a giant sale, he's way busy.
Yeah, I'm kind of busy because I'm answering a lot of questions. And there was like an issue with and we're redesigning the store. And
Steven sent it to me. It looks great. You guys are going to like the new redesigned store. I promise you, of all of your favorite RPG companies that have done redesigned stores recently, this will be one that you like the new store.
Well, the new Paizo store looks absolutely fantastic. I know what they did with that. I'm looking at it from a technology point of view, and they went from literally garbage that was ancient when it was launched, and it wasn't even Stone Age. Like this was AOL dial-up level of website. That's how old.
No, it really was
It was
a
that bad.
really kit bashed and like made of shoestrings and possible it was going to fall apart at any moment site.
It's really.
However, I
No, it
very much
worked.
empathize with everyone at Paizo and in the community for all the other issues that have occurred with
the level of complexity. As someone who builds websites for a living, if they said to me, Steve, we'll give you this job, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, man. This is a tough job. I was like, this is a lot.
And you
of
do
work.
stuff for Fortune 500 companies, and your company might be like, I don't know if we can do this.
No, we could do it, but it would cost.
It would be
of
so
money,
expensive that Paizo couldn't pay for it.
It would literally be millions. It would be at least $1 million. Like, no joke, $1 million to migrate that site. The problem is you have to migrate. Oh, wait. OBS just disconnected. Hold on. And then you can spend reconnected. OBS then you can spend months and months building migration tools, which is taking the old database and putting it to a new database. And it's a one-time thing because then it's never used again. However, I hate to say this, AI to the rescue, because things that would take us months and months and months to do, if you put in the parameters, AI can do it in hours, minutes and hours now. Like literally something that would take us 6 months, AI could do in a day or two. Like, it's just, this is where AI really comes in handy. It's like,
yeah, I mean, some of those automated coding tasks that you would normally that some people would like
forever. It's all done
make
by
an
hand.
Excel sheet to do, or have other ways that they code
You
in
can literally
to do it.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the
we would
AI
have-
could just do those faster.
We would have like this table into this table. And then we would have to literally manually do it and come up. And we literally tell AI, take this table, match to here. Here's what matches. Do it. Figure it out. And
Eric
it just
approves that message, Stephen.
It just goes, and it gets all done.
I'm sure you're shocked that Derek approved that message.
Hey, Derek, you want to join? You want to come on?
He probably has to go to racquetball pretty soon.
No, he had
like
to go
40
to
minutes.
the dentist. He was at the dentist.
Oh yeah, he sometimes does have dental appointments during this slot.
He's got a lot of he's got a lot of problems with his teeth. I'm kidding. I'll hit him. It's like, you want to come on, or he might be at the dentist for all I know right now.
He possibly is still at the dentist.
Yeah,
he's still at the dentist. He's getting a root canal and he's just still typing things in.
Yeah. He's still at the dentist office. Yeah. Yeah. When it comes to coding, AI is stunningly good at doing. This is the stuff that AI is really built for. Is that would take hundreds and hundreds of hours, weeks and months of work. That it's total grunt work, and that thing literally does in minutes. And it's flawless.
Automated computing, the mindless work that nobody wants to do, is the kind of thing people want to have a computer do, just like having them do a bunch of calculations. Having them do a bunch of math calculations instead of calculating it by hand on a piece of paper.
Yeah, it's so good. So the other thing is, if everyone can go, I'm going to give the link to Ian World. So every year they have their most anticipated RPG of the year for next year. And we are going to be trying
We're launching Deathbringer on behalf of Professor DM.
Well, we're the publisher. So
we're launching it on behalf of he's like the creator and we're the publisher. So we're launching it.
Yeah, all you need to do is, I'm trying to find the stream.
You need to say Deathbringer. You need to say that Roll for Combat is the publisher, and then you need a link to it. Those are the rules.
Deathbringer. It's like, mention Roll for Combat.
If you don't mention the name of the publisher or you don't link, it doesn't count as a nomination.
Late 2026. And link to whatever. to deathbringer.com or Deathbringer RPG.
It looks like Derek chipped his front tooth. That's what he's working on today.
That's the thing. We only need one person. We only need one or two people to nominate it, because then in a week or two, they will have the voting come out, and then we could vote it. And
it's especially good if you actually like have an Ian World account, so that people know it was you who did it.
Well, I couldn't nominate it because I work.
You can't, but you were nice. You nominated Two Little Mice, their game, because it looks like I think that should be an anticipated game. So it deserves a nomination, and somebody else nominated it after you too.
Oh, a lot of that one looks awesome. I actually can't think of how many games coming out next. I was like, well, the Invincible game's coming up, but I haven't seen it, and I'm sure it's going to be good. I do love Invincible, so I didn't nominate that one. This one I've actually seen, and I saw how they did it, and I thought it looks pretty good. I can't think of anything else really coming out. I'll tell you another secret. So this is what I do when I'm bored. I was like, I'm bored. Let me lay out an Ancestry. So I finished Mushies like between 5 o'clock and 7 o'clock. It's like at the end of day, the day is done, and I'm having dinner at 7. So let me quickly
that's pretty
bang
impressive.
out an Ancestry, which I did.
So what about your Tablalus?
What?
What about your Tablalus?
I didn't do that one yet. I'm doing them in order. Well, because I already did.
Yeah,
Mushy,
they're the one after
PF2.
Mushy.
Well, I did PF2, and I wanted to get the 5e one done. And then today I had to figure out how to get all the Shadowdark monsters into. This is the secret. Is what I do is that. All right, I got to get all the Shadowdark monsters into the book, but they all use this format, and it's a very specific format, obviously. I was thinking, how do
that is an interesting puzzle. Did you solve it?
Yes. How to get it from Excel into InDesign and have it format correctly. And I figured out the scripting, wrote the scripting this morning, got it working, got it all into a single, it's actually 100 pages, a single layout of every monster in InDesign. And then I go through InDesign and I have it find all the things it's supposed to bold. So I found it found all the things it needed to bold. It bolded everything. And now I started to finish, and I finished the first like 10 monsters as a test. And then we started streaming. So that's what I did this morning. And that's how fast that's going. I
that's
it's going
pretty good.
Fast. Yeah, it's going. That one's going fast.
I said Stephen House Spirits, and then I have been working on some text for the Elderon Legends because we're going to do some more promotions for that. We want to make sure people know what is in there, and that both you who are watching this who know probably a lot about Elderon, but also we wanted to make sure that the landing page would like explain what the heck it is for people who don't know about Elderon. Because we're going to put in options there for people who are just starting off to buy the original book and Legends, of course. So I've been working on that. I think I have something pretty good that I'll have for Stephen tomorrow.
And I have some here. I can show some sneak previews for that too.
And also I've been promoting that, which I mentioned earlier in the stream, the final mystery, which is the that last puzzle.
That's correct. And the other thing I did is...
So Derek super chatted to insult himself for $5. He says, I already feel like a lazy piece of asterisks most of the time. Hanging out with Stephen, Mark, Linda, and Jess all the time only makes it way worse.
Well, because we're insane, man.
Oh, wow. Everyone look at the Earth Legends. You can see the Stegosaurus, Earth Stegosaurus, and the Earth Golem Legendary.
Yes, I wanted to show some preview
plus
art.
The little Earth Worm and the Earth Boulder. It has all of them on there, plus 2 forms of the Stegosaurus. Because, come on. Who doesn't like the Earth Stegosaurus? And I know the answer is Derek, because it's a dinosaur. Yes. But he does actually like Elderon when they are a type of thing he doesn't normally like. So he may like the Earth Stegosaurus in the end. I think it'll depend on if it does an interesting power set or interesting set of abilities that he can apply to the Earth element in his game.
Elderon. So something we do in the booth all day when Derek and I are in the booth all day is we sing Elderon. We just say it like 100 times
like
a
that.
Day. Just like that. Elderon.
Just in falsetto, they just say it like that.
That's all we do.
Steven's not making up that they do it an awful lot. No, they do other things. They are helping at the booth. They're not just sitting there constantly saying it, but they definitely say it. I would say like a dozen times per day at least.
We do it a lot. And so that's the Earth ones. Let's see if I can show. to see how to do
It
this.
looks like someone in the chat learned about Earth Element last weekend. Oh, that's because there's one of our Arcade Mark viewers who are watching the Arcade Mark video. We have now, Stephen, completed an Arcade Mark video on every element except Fire and Life, which Knights of Last Call had really long videos on.
Well,
so now you can either go to Knights of Last Call or Arcade Mark and find a guide video on every element.
And this is the Fire Legends cover. And you get to play the legendary Fire. Eldamon is kind of Godzilla-esque.
Yeah, it's a big dragon. It's like based off the myth of Fafnir, but it's like a Godzilla-ish dragon. Mm-hmm. There's also a fire crab, like a brazier, and like the big flame wildfire.
Mm-hmm. And I got this one just came in. This one we just finished up. These are not like huge spoilers. These are actually in the backs. I advertise these in the backs of our book. So there's water. There's the water legends.
And DM Tales TTRPG is here in chat. Good to see you at PAX.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, water. We've got the water spout. We've got the legendary sort of Undine. And we've got like the mantis shrimp, and we've got the starfish.
But the big one is this is not a surprise if you watch the show or pay attention, is that I am going to be doing an Eldamon special edition cover. What's that? Because you know what, we never did a special.
We never
edition.
did one. It turned out it was one of the only books that we've ever released that did not have a special edition cover. The other one being Jewel, which honestly is already so gigantic that it doesn't really need one. I think those are the only two that don't have a special edition cover. So now some of them have a different style of special edition cover than our new style, so they don't completely fit in. But I, for one, I'm looking forward to being able to get a special edition Eldamon to match my other specials.
This one's brand new. This is the back.
Math Guy Dave suggests that Eldamon should be your tattoos.
That could be.
I mean, given that you registered Battlezoo decades ago because you wanted this, this is something you've been waiting for so long that having it on your skin for your entire life makes sense. It could be Squirrel Ash.
It's not a bad one. So anyhow, here's the back cover. So there you go. So, by the way, I could talk about this for a long time. We're definitely we're ahead of the curve, because you're going to see it, because over the weekend. Okay, so Zootopia came out. Zootopia 1 came out 9 years ago. 9 years.
And 2 just came out.
They came out with Zootopia 2, which is really weird to wait that. Like, they never wait that long. And it made... Now, every movie that's come out this year has made absolutely nothing. October was the worst October in 30 years. Now, think about that. That's before inflation. So 30 years ago, they made more money than this.
Scary
That's
stuff.
how bad.
How much did Zootopia 2 make?
It made $500 million in the over the weekend.
How did it make so much more?
China. It was the second most profitable animation in history. Only one beat it, and that's just one in China.
Zootopia 2. What did it do to appeal to China more than every other movie of the year?
Way more than Wicked. It's because of the animals and the type of animals, and the style is very appealing to the Asian culture and the way they portrayed them. Because animals are a big part of Asian culture. It's a big part. And
I mean, there's many different Asian cultures, but in this case, you mean China, the culture of China.
I'm mostly talking about China.
Specifically.
I mean most, but I'm talking about specifically China. And obviously, and it to be fair,
animals are a big part of just about every culture.
No, true. But they actually have like the year of an animal, like even more.
That's true. They've got the zodiac with animals on it. Yeah. That's a very good point.
And also, here's the thing, is that if 20% of China sees this movie, that's more than the entire population of the United States.
That's true. That's very true.
That's the thing. It's like you say here, it's like, okay, well, 20% of the United States sees a movie, well, that's like 4% of China. If 20% of China sees it, that's the entire population of the US. So
That's true. Plus, also, I'm sure that Zootopia would be popular with furries and other people who really like
that is such
anthropomorphic
a
animals too.
small number of people. That is
How
like,
do you know,
yeah.
Stephen? They could watch it multiple times.
No, they not. But that was a big part of it because the Zootopia China numbers were insane. The point is that whenever this happens, let's see, I just want to see the box office, is that every single person in Hollywood right now, did over $600 million at the box office over Thanksgiving weekend.
Jess points out they're doing Zootopia integrations into the theme parks to try to pump up Zootopia.
They said it's breaking record after record after record. It's breaking every record. It was the second largest Thanksgiving in history. It did $156 million.
Wow.
It did $271 million in China. So it did 156 in America, 271 million in China.
That's very good. Math guy Dave says we need to do an Elderon Jubencha for China.
Well, this is the thing. I guarantee when this happens, you're going to now see everything is going to be animal based. Because this is like they're having meetings this weekend. They're going, what's our Zootopia? That's what every meeting this week is. What's our Zootopia?
It's always funny in Hollywood how
this?
you get so many imitators of something, and they might not even be imitating the right thing because maybe it was animals, but maybe it was some other combination of factors.
Yeah.
And it would be really funny if it was just another combination of factors and animals were unrelated, but then we wind up with like 70 animal things.
Well,
Meanwhile, people who really love animals are just probably really happy.
Well, the thing is, it's like the movie's not even like, I mean, it's fine from what I heard. It's kind of a weird movie because the first one was like this weird movie on racism, and it's like kind of a
like it sort of was using like using herbivores and carnivores as examples of things.
Yeah, it was a weird movie. Like it's kind of like, hey,
it was trying to do an animal take on that.
I know, but for a kids movie, it's like, really? You're going to do social commentary on classism in a kids?
I think that is common in kids movies, though. Maybe not in the same way, Stephen, but I think that a surprising number of kids movies have classism related tropes, especially classism. Which they did also have in Zootopia with the different areas and the elites. Like I can think of like a high percentage of kid movies where you've got some kind of corrupt elites, and then like the heroes are like the scrappy underdogs, right? That's a common trope.
True, but you have the K-pop Demon Hunters, which was the number one. It's like the number one movie of all time ever on Netflix, and is breaking record after record after record after record and will not stop. That thing is like, that is not even taking off. If they actually had money against it, it would be making billions, not millions, but and not 1 billion, but multiple billions of dollars, because that thing is beyond insane. And there's a lot of cutesy kid stuff in that, and of course, Asian. And now you have Zootopia, so you're going to see animals everywhere, and Elderon, perfect spot, because that's exactly what we're doing. Like, we're in the right place at the right time. So if we can't do it now, we can never do it.
Are you saying, Stephen, that Hollywood execs who are just throwing their hands in the air and having the board meetings looking for any animal related thing are going to say that they need an Elderon movie now because they're just running out of any possibilities?
That would be fantastic. Well, you never know, because I'm planning on going to the
if you ask Danny to talk to his friends,
no, not even that. I'm going to go to the trade show in there's the licensing trade show.
Oh, right, where you can get licenses or sell licenses.
Them, and I'm going to go.
I remember you told me, and then you quizzed me. You gave me 0 seconds to say which license I would ask you for.
Correct. I'm going. It's in Vegas.
I still think that given that I had no time to think, that Persona was not a bad choice for that hypothetical. Not that you should actually get licenses. You should give our licenses to other people.
See, Nintendo would sue. You say, I feel like Nintendo would sue anyone making an Elderon movie. They wouldn't, because there's Digimon, there's other Mon movies.
There's a lot of Mons at this point.
Yeah.
The people that are really going after a Pal World, because Pal World
Yeah.
just intentionally tried to copy like 90% of the same things.
Yeah, and they went too far, but we were very careful.
But then Nintendo kind of went too far in their
Yes.
countersuing when they were like, we would like to sue any video game that where you have a character who then
Captures
can,
them inside
can
of
then
a ball.
summon anything. It was pretty wild.
No,
It
well,
was
it's
a
not
pretty
even
wild
summon.
suit.
It's a very specific way to summon, and we were very smart because we made ours know.
Actually, we
these are
accidentally made it so
spirits.
that ours phase in and out,
Wasn't
and
an
they're already
accident.
on the battlefield.
It
I mean, no,
wasn't an
I did it on
accident.
purpose, but
Mm.
in this, I did it very, very deliberately. But in this case, Nintendo tried to copyright something that would stop even summoning magic from Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
Would even
that
literally
was thrown out.
summon woodland creatures from Dungeons and Dragons would fall under Nintendo's thing, but ours what doesn't.
Yeah.
By that case, completely by accident, because the Elderon are already there all the time. You don't summon them; you just phase them into reality and yourself out.
Well,
So even though it covers literally summon woodland creatures under Nintendo's claim to a copyright, it doesn't come for Elderon, which is bizarre.
So by the way, an Eldemon movie, Mark T's like, Eldemon, please. I tell you, in the way AI is going, in about 3 to 4 years, we will.
People are going to steal our books and then just make
Oh
movies.
no, we could do it. It's going to be very easy to do because it's very good at animation, and animation is fantastic. And they're going to literally just write a script, throw it in, tell it to do it, and it'll make it, and they'll give it a few hours, and it'll be done. Like seriously, it's. I
do not think that would be good.
Well, here's the thing: you won't be able to tell. That's.
I also don't think that will be good.
It's happening. Whether you want it or not, it's already happening. It's already. So we were just talking. I just had a meeting with my programmers. So when we code, what we've been doing is first we started to use AI to help with grunt work. Then we had AI to help actually even build the websites because a lot of our website building is structure and infrastructure, and then actually adding like the content. It's called framework. So it's actually building a framework. You can buy pre-made frameworks. That's what WordPress is. WordPress is basically a framework, and then you can add content to it. But when I do a website, I have to build the framework from scratch, and it takes forever. So this is what we have the AI do. But now it got to the point that we have the AI build it, and then we go in and clean it up. But then they just released a new version of the AI like a week ago, and it's perfect. Like we just say, okay, build the website and have it do this with everything. And it says, okay. And then it's done. And it's like, we don't even have to clean it up. It's like, it went from, oh, this is a fun tool to, okay, build us the framework to, okay, it actually can build the site and it's working and it's done. And it's nearly perfect. As long as you put the inputs right. And that happened in a year. Like that, I mean, that's how fast that happened.
It's going to give you a visual website and connect you to databases, but it's like if you try to have it write you a script, Stephen, it's going to be slop. And at Roll for Comp,
it was going to. No. I didn't say
no,
it was.
You were going to write a script, and you were going to tell.
Yes,
you were going to
give the script to it, and then it animates it. And you do it using script writing formatting, which is you have the scene, and you describe the scene. You do everything the script does. I guarantee they're working on that, and they're working on that heavily right now because there's a huge amount of call for that. In fact, if you use YouTube,
what you're saying is that you provide words and art assets and then it animates those assets. It does the connections in it. So it's not creating the art, it's not creating the words, it is animating what you already
could
gave
have it do that. No, so we write the script. You write a professional script in the correct screenwriting format where you have scenes describing everything. And then you mark my words, in 3 to 5 years, this is going to be standard. It's already there, but now it's going to get standardized. This is what happens.
Well, I hope it won't be standard to replace artists, but we've talked about this before. We can try to support artists for as long as we possibly can here at Roll for Combat. If it does get to the point where nobody is able to do it anymore, which I doubt, that will be very sad because I don't want artists to all lose their jobs. I want us to be able to support them as long as we can.
It's not
help them find a way to work with the technology instead of being replaced by it.
No, I completely support artists and everything we have and everything we do. It's non-AI, but I will say the one factor that's really making it hard is the speed. and I keep saying that, is that the Draw Steel book, those full color pieces of art, like each one of these would take, this is Dolan wood, but
it would take a long time.
It would take 2 months. It's 2 months. So think about that. And they're like $2 to $3 grand. So if you need those chapter headers, those full pieces of art, you could do 6 a year from one artist. And artists don't want to do 6 a year. They want to work on other things. So you have to find dozens of artists to come out. So if you needed like 30 pieces, which is really not that many, you would have to find a dozen artists and have them work on it over a course of a year. It would cost you, what's that? 30 times 2,000. So what's that? Is that really $60,000? Yeah, it costs you like $60,000. I mean, it's a lot. I mean, and that's just 30 pieces of art. Or you can have AI do it, and you give it the inputs, and it's done in an hour. And
well, I'm glad that we're doing it the way that is providing us the better art and supporting the artist. But you're right that some people are going to be very tempted to cheap out, and it's actually going to start even not started. From the. It's going to. I mean, it has already started, of course. But where the wave starts building is not even going to necessarily be the big companies that can afford to pay the other the artists if they want to, but like tiny people who otherwise couldn't afford any art are probably going to justify it to themselves as like, well, that. It's really could be nothing, or it could be this.
Yeah, but the speed. It's really the speed. It's not the cost is a big factor, but right now, like when we started the art for Year of Mysteries, we started in like May. Okay, I had to start half a year ago. So it's literally takes, I have to start. In fact, I opened up the Shadowdark file that I started to do for layout. I made that file in October of 2024. Okay?
To be fair, I know that what we were doing in October of 2024, and that was like 4 to 6 sample step loss just as a proof of concept.
Yes, but I still.
And then we didn't do anything else from that for a long time.
You're right, but think about that. It
is still pretty impressive.
A year of work to get.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
To this level.
Absolutely.
And same thing. Like if so I'll give you an idea. So the Year of Mysteries website, me and Greg, my coder, we wrote that using AI prompts and we designed it. That was like 50-50. That is a website that probably would have taken us 2 weeks because we built it from scratch. It took us 2 hours. So it was like, it went from 2 weeks to 2 hours. That's how fast that site was. It's just, it's not like, oh, it's saving you a little bit of time. It's not like, oh, it went from 2 weeks to a week, or 2 weeks to a day. It's like 2 weeks to 2 hours. I mean, you're just, think about how even I'm able to run an entire company.
I think
with
where the technology is allowing people to do it with the technology and save time, that's different than when the technology just does it all.
Yes. Well, I was wondering about that. So I was reading about that because they said, when does AI become, quote, sentient? And because the biggest issue
depends on people's interpretation.
Well, they had a definition. They actually figured it out. And I'll tell you, because right now everyone keeps arguing that all AI does is regurgitate what other people have done, and it's not doing anything original.
That is the Ada Lovelace argument against artificial intelligence. Like, right. Stephen, I don't need you to tell me this because I've literally taught a graduate class about whether AI could be intelligent that went over all these arguments. In fact, Stephen Turing has been on top of this since World War II.
What I read was the definition is when AI truly starts coming out with original concepts, thoughts, ideas that humans can't, and it's becoming truly creative, or when AI can write an AI that's better than itself.
So there's lots of different definitions. Anybody is going to make them, but a lot of people are going to just raise the bar and change the goalpost every time, because ultimately, when you talk about sentient, and especially when you're talking really about sapient, where you're like sapient like a human, you don't mean like a cat or a rat, right? That is a definition that was created by humans like in an extremely biased way in an attempt to justify a large variety of things, including slaughtering most of the other types of creatures that live in this planet for food. Right? Be like, well, no, because we're different because we are sapient. And so it's going to be very hard to convince everyone in humanity to accept anything else as sapient, because there's so many like, oh yeah, super special like exceptions to make this sapient definition be basically it has to be human, that it's going to be just rough. But ultimately, by some people's definitions, by Turing's test, which was, he said to him that the best test is, can it fool a human into thinking it's human? And it's already past that.
That's way
easily.
Past. Yeah,
easily past the Turing test, right?
Yes.
So by that definition, it's past it. So, but now, in the past, by the way, a lot of people are like, let's accept Turing's definition. But now that it passed the Turing test, how many people are still saying the Turing test is enough? Most people aren't, right? They're changing the goalposts.
True.
It's a fascinating topic. I could do an entire episode about people changing the goalposts and what the different objections to AI's intelligence are. But I want to leave you with the funniest one.
Okay.
Because Turing had a paper back, it was like in the 50s or 40s. No, he would have had to be the 40s. I don't know when he died. He killed himself. And he put in like 10 different arguments, including the Ada Lovelace one, that it doesn't do anything original. And he eviscerated them. But then he had one argument that he couldn't beat. He was like, this one I can't beat. Sorry, it's too good. That maybe it can never be intelligent because of this. And it was ESP. He said, because a computer can't have ESP and it can't contact ghosts and other supernatural creatures, maybe it can't ever be intelligent. This is the one he's like, I can't really beat this one. It might be right. Because the thing is, he wanted to conduct a seance to like contact his dead lover. And so he really wanted ghosts and ESP to be real.
When was he alive?
What?
When was Turing alive?
Turing was alive. Like, he's one who cracked the Enigma machine during World War II.
Okay. So I was just wondering if he was alive during the short, when Holmes
1912 to 1954.
Okay, so he wasn't really around. That was the spiritualism craze was before his time. It was just winding down when he was getting into age, because there was a huge spiritualism craze in the early 20th century of like, remember, like, you know, trying to
yes.
If you look up the
it was based on some weird concepts that were brought over in like bizarre appropriative Orientalist ways from like various places in Asia, and then it created theosophy and other
no, I was just curious because like
movements.
Where did that come from? But I was like, because if you look at because Harry Houdini, like that was his whole thing. He did two things. He was a magician and he debunked people who said they were like
that they were like actual wizards and did magic.
Yeah, that's all he did. That's literally, you can look it up. It's fascinating. He hired women. He spent his fortune on this. He spent millions on this. Is that he would hire women to go in and pretend they like lost someone, make it all up, record it, and then make them frauds. And he went in front of Congress and stuff. Like, that's how big this was, because Congress thought this was real. And he dedicated all of his fortune to this. That's how much he hated it. That's why they still try to do that. You know why? Actually, he's a fascinating, because he loved his mother. Like, you want to talk about a mama's boy? Oh boy, Harry Houdini. He was like, woof. Was he really into it? And what would happen is every time he would go see a spiritualist, he tried to contact his mother because he loved his mother. His mother died, and he never got over it. But his mother never spoke English. His mother only spoke, I think, Yiddish, and either Hebrew or Yiddish. I think it was Yiddish. So whenever he would go, of course, they would always speak in English. And then he's like, well, you're obviously lying because she doesn't speak English, you know, like, and every single time, he got him every single time, you know, he basically would always ask them these things that you would assume that would be true, but they weren't. And that's how he got into this. It's really fascinating. If you ever want to see, if you want to read about the history, or
so I want to see what year Houdini did that, because I had heard about it before. It's apparently 1926, and he died later that year.
Yeah, well, he was doing that. Yeah, he was doing that a lot for I think it was his wife was one of them, or he that's how he met his wife, or his story is fascinating. And then his brother was doing it too. His brother also was a magician. He was like the other Houdini that you never hear about, but he also was quote just as good, but just didn't have the Harry Houdini name. So
there you go.
He's a fascinating guy. Anyhow, back to what you were saying. Yeah, you never know though, because who knows? Maybe computers figure out a way.
Maybe they actually convince the skeptics. I doubt it. I think they're going to keep changing the goalposts.
I agree. But I do think that once it starts doing things original, and it's already kind of like people are saying, but that's the thing. It's like they're like, oh, it's not original. I'm like, what do humans do? I mean, humans do create, but everything's based on what we experience in our life. And I guess, yes, we do create based on that, but that's what computers are doing now too, which is fascinating.
Some amount of things are sometimes combining two things that aren't original can be original. Like, honestly, some of the really, really wrong thing that AI search tools have tried to tell me in Google that were just like completely and horrifically wrong, you could say are also original, right? Like, it actually, like, there are certain things that are just hard to search for in games. Like, Linda and I were trying to figure out what the deal was with when a creature in Triangle Strategy, the video game, gets damaged, what happens to their charm condition? So we tried to look it up. And tell you what, the internet doesn't talk about that charm condition in Triangle Strategy very much.
So it doesn't know.
And the AI that's in Google attempted to help, and it made up some complete baloney.
Yeah,
it said that there was a charm score in the game that was used to like decide whether or not people would listen to your to go to, like, when you try to pick your path between the three moral options. Like, if your charm score, you're talking about the charm score, it's not a condition. It's like, you're not quite right. It's not a condition. It's a score, and it's one of your attributes. And if the main character's charm score is higher, then people will do the path that he has. And you know what? That's totally wrong. It's not even remotely close to right, but it did contain elements of things that were in the game. It's plausible to a gamer that it could be true if you've never played the game.
That's not the AI. That is Google and ChatGPT, because they don't want their AI to ever say, sorry, I don't know that. Like, that's
that is the thing about, I saw an article that was like, here's why it's saying totally wrong stuff. Because we made a version that almost never did that, but then 30 or so % of the time it says, I actually am not sure.
Right, it kept saying that.
I'm just not sure about this. Right. And people's satisfaction was lower with the one that admitted that it didn't know than they were with the one that made up complete garbage.
Correct.
That same 30-some % of the time, even when the AI knew it was wrong.
Well, think about Alexa. So when Alexa first came out like 10 years ago, and I used it a lot. Of course, my Alexa's in here now. It might be like turning itself on. Is that it would say, "Oh, I don't know," and it would do that a lot, and it's annoying, because you're like, "Oh, this thing sucks," which is human nature.
I'm much more annoyed by something that knows that it's wrong and tells me something that's wrong than admitting that it doesn't know.
So I almost if Adam was going to be a girl, his name was going to be Alexa. And I was like, thank God. Because that could have been, that's the worst kid. That sucks. It's like at least Alexa is kind of a name that is more common than Siri, because they're the person that was like, I think that like my parents knew who was named Siri. That is a name that's very rare and is the same as an AI assistant. I know, I hate when that happens. Or your name is now Karen. Like, ugh. I know a lot of Karens. That's the problem. And they're not mean at all or nasty. And so, or if your name is Jess, ugh, what a terrible, terrible name. Oh, look, we got a chat from Jess. Hey, Jess. Oh, we love to make fun of Jess, because Jess is like, she's like a man's woman or a woman's man. She's tough.
What do you mean by that,
She's
David?
She's tough. She can take it. She was hanging out with us a lot at the booth.
Steven, some of the toughest people that I know are
they're all
women.
Oh, they're all women. Of course they are. But she's even tough for them. She even makes
Wouldn't that make someone a woman's woman if they're especially tough?
Yeah, that's it. Even better. She's a woman's woman. She's the toughest person I know. No, nothing from Jess. All right, well. We had a lot of fun.
I think she's speechless. She doesn't know what to say about
She's
the bizarre
typing.
statement that you made.
Yeah, well, we were hanging out with her a lot, and it was fun. We had some weird conversations with her. So
there you go.
Yeah, it was quite an interesting PAX. Wait, so did you ever see anything, or not really? Because you didn't really get out of the booth that much.
I was able to see things that were on the way to the booth,
but there wasn't
and I did go to. I went to parties
us.
afterwards sometimes. A few,
okay.
like I went to the one with you and Bob World Builder and Professor Dungeon Master and the first night before the show, and I went to one with Paizo Freelancers. One day that was much longer than we expected because the reservation was not really honored. And so we were waiting out in the street for a long time before we got there. And then they also did not give us a menu for a long time. No. But it meant we got to talk to people for a really long time.
I hate that. That's so weird.
It turned out that the menu was actually a QR code, which they had not given us.
There you go.
They only gave the other table with a few of the people who didn't fit in the main table the QR code, which were not a completely separate party. And when we went over to them, we're like, they give you a menu? They were like, they gave us this QR code. Didn't you get one? And we had not.
That is so cheap. I mean, the problem is printing up menus is very expensive, and they're always changing the pricing. So, like, that's going to be the future too. It's like no more menus, just QR codes. Because also they can do it in any language. That's the other thing.
That is convenient in some ways, I suppose.
Yeah. Well, it's the problem is convenience makes things inconvenient. That makes sense. It's like
yes, no, I get it.
But convenient makes it inconvenient. So. Well, it definitely helps when you're in Europe because then they give you the menus in English. And then you're like, oh, you want an English menu? Here you go.
That is pretty cool that they can have in the EU lots of different EU languages, right? That's a convenience for people.
Yeah. And it's just all digital.
To be fair, you could still have a paper menu in the language of the country that you're in, and then all the other ones as the QR code.
But that's how they all did that.
You can do both.
Oh, no. Well, no, what they used to do is like when I went to Greece in like 2000, and back then I remember you would go and either the menus were in English and Greece, or often they would have like 4 menus in English and that's it, like that. And then they would give you those and they'd be like, don't mess it up. Those are the only ones we have, and that would be it. And they, they have like 4 in Italian, 4 in French, they had in the various languages. So.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So.
All right. Well, now that we've told people about how to get the different language menus, have we made it to the end of our digression, or do we still have one more layer of the onion to peel?
No, I think we're kind of done.
All right. In that case, everyone, until next time, if you want to battle the zoo, you have to roll for combat.
Wow. There we go.
Roll for combat.
See ya.